Hi students, welcome back to geography class. Climate. Today we will discuss the retreating monsoon. So far we have discussed the hot weather season and the southwest monsoon. We know the various features of hot weather season and southwest monsoon. Now we will see a retreating monsoon. Retreating monsoon period, October and November are the months of retreating monsoon. So we know, we have seen the movement of the southwest monsoon. It strikes in the Malabar coast on 1st June, that is known as burst of monsoon. And from there, it advances northwards. By 15th of July, southwest monsoon covers all over the subcontinent. Then, in the month of September, it starts retreating from the subcontinent. In September, sun's position is on the equator. It is shifted from Tropic of Cancer to the equator by autumn equinox, we know. So what happens? The low pressure system existed on the landmass is replaced by a high pressure system. Here clear sky is there, cloudless and clear, and humidity is also low, and this condition is there. And this retreating monsoon period is the transitional period of hot rainy season to cold northeast monsoon season. So here the process of retreat we have seen in the month of October, the southwest monsoon retreats from Punjab and Uttar Pradesh. By the 15th of October, it retreats from the central India, and by the end of November, the retreating process is complete. The reversal is completed from the subcontinent. So this time, pressure conditions are low, and the retreating monsoon winds give rainfall here in the southeast coast, this Coromandel coast. When it retreats towards south, it comes in Bay of Bengal, and it gives rainfall here in the southeastern coast, which was a rain shadow region under the southwest monsoon. So this is retreating monsoon. And in the month of October, you see the temperature remains high, and clear sky will be there, but high humidity will be there. High temperature and high humidity is noticed here in the month of October, which causes an oppressive weather, and it is known as October heat. October heat, I already told you, it is a transition period from hot southwest monsoon period to cold dry northeast monsoon period. And this time, what happens? Bay of Bengal, it remains warm and low pressure conditions prevail here in Bay of Bengal. So, these low pressure conditions are responsible for the formation of cyclones. Tropical cyclones are formed here in this Bay of Bengal, and these cyclones give heavy rainfall here in the coastal areas and cause much damages to the standing crops also. This is a retreating monsoon period. These 2 months are called a retreating monsoon. The rainfall occurs in the month of October and November is a retreating monsoon. The next we will see cold weather season. Cold weather season. Cold weather. See, cold weather season starts from the last of November. December, January and February, these 3 months are cold weather season, cold climate, and the coldest month is January. So we know the conditions of the subcontinent. So the intertropical convergence belt and the sun shifts towards the southern hemisphere. Here, cold conditions present in the subcontinent, and very high pressure is produced. The low pressure system was there in the northern plain between the desert, and it was replaced by a high pressure belt. And here the gentle wind starts blowing from northeast to southwest. These winds are northeast trade winds. And these winds are gentle winds. These winds blow at a speed of 3 kilometers per hour. These are different from that of southwest monsoon winds. Southwest monsoon winds are highly pulsating and their speed is about 30 kilometers per hour. So, these northeast monsoon winds, are offshore winds. As they blow from land to sea, they do not cause any rainfall. And these northeast monsoon winds are not able to cross Deccan Plateau, so they do not blow to Arabian Sea. They, through Ganga Valley, they force back to Bay of Bengal. And they give a rainfall here in the Coromandel coast. So we know cyclones are produced. These cyclones are mixed with this monsoon and gives heavy rainfall here in the southeastern coast or Coromandel coast. See the temperature conditions we have seen. Temperature remains low on the land mass. At the same time, water bodies are warmer. Low pressure system prevails there in the water bodies, and we have seen. So the average temperature here in the Ganga Valley is about 21 degrees Celsius. And it goes much below there the hill stations in hilly areas. Also, in Gangetic Plain, the temperature, the range of very high temperature is there. It is from 2.5 degrees Celsius to 17.5 degrees Celsius. And the night temperature falls below 0 degree. In Dras, it reaches minus 40 degrees Celsius. At the same time, you see, to the south of Tropic of Cancer, the conditions are warmer. And the tropical type of climate is there, and these regions are close to the equator. Here the temperature never goes below 21 degrees Celsius. In the coastal areas, mainly because of the maritime type of climate, it is 21 degrees Celsius. And then it will be, in coastal areas, it is about 25 degrees Celsius. And the temperature in Thiruvananthapuram is about 31 degrees Celsius. So, the winter temperature never goes below this 21 degrees Celsius in southern part of India. And here there is no winter season practically. Warm conditions prevail because these regions are closer to the equator. Also you see here these regions are closer to the equator, and also what happened? Water bodies are there to moderate the climate. Now, rainfall conditions in the winter season. Rainfall. So, winter rainfall, we have already said about the western disturbance. In winter season, month of January or February, in the northwestern part of India, in southern Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh receives light rainfall. This rainfall is brought by temperate depressions or western disturbances. So these cyclonic depressions are produced there in Mediterranean Sea. And this travels eastwards due to the jet stream produced in the south of Himalayas. This jet stream draws this western disturbance to India, and by crossing Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, it reaches here in India. On the way, it will pick up moisture from the water bodies and shed this moisture here in the northwestern part of India. And the hill stations, snowfall occurs due to these western disturbances. Other part, the eastern side, there will be other parts, there will be cold wave occurs. It is also the effect of these western disturbances. Western disturbances reduces the temperature, that causes snowfall there in the mountains regions, and which causes light rainfall in the northwestern plain, and also cold waves occur in other part of the country. Then this rainfall is good for the standing rabi crops, standing winter crops, wheat, barley, etc. are benefited from this what's called western disturbance. Other type of rainfall we have seen, that is of tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones give rainfall here in the Coromandel coast. These are the two types of rainfall we can see in the winter season. Tropical cyclones being maximum rainfall here in the what's called the Coromandel coast, and this is about the cold weather season. Now, now we will see the distribution of rainfall. Annual distribution of rainfall. So in our country, rainfall is unevenly distributed. Some regions receive heavy rainfall, some regions receive less rainfall, and some regions have no rainfall. This is unequally distributed, unevenly distributed. Certain factors determine the distribution of rainfall. The direction of the moisture bearing winds. Direction of rain bearing winds, moisture laden winds. Then a relief factors, presence of relief, and the third factor is passage of a cyclone. Passage of cyclones. So these three different factors determine the distribution of rainfall in our country. You see, direction of rain bearing winds, direction of moisture bearing winds. We have seen southwest monsoon winds, which carry moisture from Arabian Sea and gives rainfall on its path. See, the western side of Western Ghats receive heavy rainfall, the Malabar coast receive heavy rainfall, and also the northern plain, south of Himalayas receive rainfall. Even Bay of Bengal branch also, the regions located in the Bay of Bengal branch also receive heavy rainfall. That means the direction of the rain bearing winds, direction of the moisture laden winds, and responsible for the distribution of rainfall, uneven occurrence of rainfall. It's one of the factors that is causing uneven rainfall here. The next factor we have seen relief features, mountains or high landforms, which check the rain bearing winds, also responsible for the unequal distribution of rainfall. You can see in India, we are already discussed it. In the northern part, Himalaya mountains are there, and the southern part there, western Ghats are there. These two orographic factors determine the distribution of rainfall. So we have seen the rain bearing winds blowing from Arabian Sea, what happened? Reaching in the Kerala coast, but they are not able to cross the western Ghats. Western Ghats obstruct the movement of this path of this rain bearing wind, and this rain bearing winds rise up, and what happened? Condense and heavy rainfall occurs here in this region, and this rainfall advances towards the north to the Malabar coast. So these regions receiving heavy rainfall except Rajasthan. We have seen the problem of Uttar desert. Why Uttar desert does not receive rainfall? We have already discussed. Then another factor you see, Himalaya mountains. The rain bearing winds reaches in the Himalaya mountains. We are not able to cross the Himalayas because of the altitude. These winds were obstructed by the Himalayas, and the southern part of Himalayas receive heavy rainfall. So the direction of the relief factors that determines the distribution of rainfall. In the southwestern Ghats we have seen western side of the Western Ghats, windward side of the Western Ghats receive rainfall, and at the same time we have seen what happened, the leeward side or the Coromandel coast remain rain shadow area, remain dry. Mangalore receive heavy rainfall and Bengaluru receive very less rainfall. Also, Mumbai receive heavy rainfall, Mahabaleshwar receive heavy rainfall, and Pune receive little rainfall because of the presence of this relief factor. So, windward side of the relief will receive heavy rainfall, and the leeward side remain dry and rain shadow. So this relief factors determine the distribution of rainfall. And another one, passage of cyclones. We have witnessed the visit of temperate cyclone and the tropical cyclone. Temperate cyclone, western disturbances blow in the northwestern part, that those regions receive rainfall here in the winter season. At the same time, tropical cyclones visit here in the southeastern part, Coromandel coast, southern Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu receive heavy rainfall in this passage of cyclones. So these three factors determine the distribution of rainfall. Okay. Another factors that determine the climate of India, Tropic of Cancer, Himalayas, altitude and all this. But these three factors are the main to determine the distribution of rainfall. Based on this, we have 4 different rainfall areas. Areas of heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall regimes. Heavy rainfall. Areas of heavy rainfall. Rainfall above 200 centimeters. The areas receiving rainfall more than 200 or 250 centimeters of rainfall are considered as the areas of heavy rainfall. We know in India, in the northeastern part of India, and also in the southwestern part of India receive heavy rainfall more than 200 centimeters of rainfall. In the north of Tropic of Cancer, see this Assam hills, Garo, Kashi, Jainshir, Ushai hills receive heavy rainfall. The state you see, Meghalaya, Assam, West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, all these states receive heavy rainfall, more than 200-250 centimeters of rainfall occur here in this. And the southern part, southwestern part you see, the western side of the western Ghats receive rainfall more than 200 centimeters. Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, all these states, means the windward side of the western Ghats receive a heavy rainfall. Then areas of moderate rainfall, 100 to 200 centimeters. So this moderate rainfall is occurred in the middle Ganga Valley, Bihar, West Bengal, then northern part of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, part of Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh. These states receive moderate rainfall. Then third one, less rainfall regime. Less rainfall, 50 to 100 centimeters of rainfall. So this region lies in the upper Ganga Valley, then Punjab, Haryana, then some part of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, interior part of the Deccan Plateau. These regions receive rainfall less, this much, means less rainfall, 50 to 100 centimeters. And the fourth group you see, it is scanty rainfall area, areas of scanty rainfall, that means less than 50 centimeters of rainfall. Less than 50 centimeters of rainfall, those areas are areas of what's called a scanty rainfall. We know western Rajasthan, the western side of the Aravalli mountain, where Thar desert, there whatever rainfall is only 50 centimeters. Some part of Punjab, Haryana, part of Gujarat, and some part of Maharashtra, these regions, and some part of Kashmir, these regions receive rainfall less than 50 centimeters. So this is about the climate. Here, see, these are the things we have seen. India's climate is tropical monsoon type. This climate is influenced by Himalayas and the Tropic of Cancer. The climate of any place is influenced by the elements of climate, those 5 factors. And in India, temperature and rainfall is unevenly distributed, and because of many factors: Himalayas, altitude, distance from the sea, latitude, western disturbance and jet streams. Okay, India's climate is classified into 4 broad categories: hot weather season, hot dry season from March to May. So this time sun shines in the north and the temperature is very high, and low pressure is there on the land. And this low pressure system causes certain thunderstorms or local winds. Kali Baishaki, Lu, mango showers are the local winds passing over the subcontinent. And these winds bring rainfall, and this rainfall is known as pre-monsoon shower. The next we have seen in the June to September, that month is advancing monsoon season or southwest monsoon season. We know southwest monsoon is known as land breeze and sea breeze of large scale. Southwest monsoon bring maximum rainfall to the country. After crossing the equator, southeast trade wind change the direction from southwest to northeast and blow as southwest monsoon winds. This shifting is mainly because of the Coriolis force created in the equator. And this strikes on the Kerala coast on 1st June, and the sudden onset, sudden arrival of the southwest monsoon associated with the thunder and lightning is known as burst of monsoon. And it advanced towards the north. And when advancing towards the north, its intensity is decreased, and by 15th June, the monsoon covers all over the continent. Then we have seen, due to the tapering topography of the subcontinent, due to the narrow topography of the subcontinent, the monsoon winds are bifurcated into two: Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. Arabian Sea branch is the powerful branch, which all over the subcontinent rainfall received from the Arabian Sea branch. Bay of Bengal branch is a smaller branch. Bay of Bengal, part of Bay of Bengal branch blows in India. And Rajasthan, Uttar remains a desert because Aravalli mountains are parallel to the rain-bearing winds. We have seen and also in the month of June, July and August, monsoon takes a short break. A short period of dry spell is noticed, and this is known as break in monsoon. Up to September, this rainfall is there. And after southwest monsoon, we have seen southwest monsoon is erratic, southwest monsoon is orographic, southwest monsoon is uncertain, southwest monsoon is seasonal. See, we have seen the features of southwest monsoon. After that, we have discussed the retreating monsoon season. The reversal of the southwest monsoon period is known as retreating monsoon. It will take place in the month of October and November. That time temperature increases. High humidity and temperature is reason for the oppressive weather, and that is noticed by the October heat, and it is the transitional period between southwest monsoon to northeast monsoon or the cold weather season. Then cold season we have seen temperature is very low, pressure is very high, northeast trade winds blow in the subcontinent, and this northeast trade wind are not able to cross this what's called Deccan Plateau and blowing towards Bay of Bengal, giving rainfall. So this time in retreating monsoon period or the cold weather season period, the Coromandel coast, southern Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu received heavy rainfall. That was a rain shadow region under the southwest monsoon. Then we have seen distribution of the rainfall is determined by these three factors: relief feature, passage of cyclone, and what is called direction of the rain-bearing winds. So we have seen for rainy regions we have heavy rainfall region, moderate rainfall region, less rainfall region, and what is called scanty rainfall region. Here an important feature what I am going to say is that see, if we see the monsoon, Kerala has less rainy months, and Tamil Nadu has more rainy months, but Tamil Nadu receives less rainfall than Kerala, or Kerala receives more rainfall than Tamil Nadu. Kerala's what's called rainy month is less. The reason is that you see Kerala receives rainfall from the Arabian Sea branch of southwest monsoon. So this is the powerful branch, give maximum rainfall, and at the same time what happened? This Tamil Nadu is remain dry, a rain shadow region, and Tamil Nadu receives rainfall from the retreating monsoon. That is the reason what Tamil Nadu is getting less rainy months. So read the lesson, prepare the summary, synopsis, and find out the question answers. Learn these question answers. Here we will wind up this lesson. Thank you.